So we got more updates about the war with Iran, and again, Trump said that they won the war. Again.
Just about as well in Iran, but I don't like talking about it until the jobs are finished. Let's not talk about anything until it gets finished. But think of it, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their whole place is gone, and then we get people to say that we're not winning. We get the radical left to say we're not winning. They don't have any military left. It's unbelievable. It's actually, I believe it's treasonous.
But this time it's a little different. Did they win the war? No, not yet. But why is it different though? Well, it's because Trump actually had a deadline as in when he should end the war. But what does that mean? Well, basically there is a rule in the US called War Powers Resolution. And it was made after the war with Vietnam because the Vietnam War took so long, right? Anyway, that war says that if a president starts a war, which Trump did start, he must tell Congress within 48 hours. And he did tell Congress. And then he's got 60 days, alright? Only 60 days. And he should either stop the war or ask Congress for permission to continue the war. So as of today, the 60 days have passed. So basically Trump had a deadline to end the war. And today actually, he said that the hostilities have terminated, which basically means that the fighting has ended. Basically, according to Trump, the war is over. According to Trump. But other people do not agree with him because first of all, yes, there is a ceasefire right now, but there is no peace deal. And there is the blockade that the US has on Iran and on the Strait of Hormuz. And because of that blockade, there are threats of more attacks. So people are like, okay, the war is definitely not over. But you know what's surprising actually is that Iran sent a new peace proposal. They actually sent it to Pakistan because Pakistan is the mediator. And apparently in the peace proposal was to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, work toward ending the blockade, and agree to a permanent ceasefire, okay? But Trump today said that, no, I'm not accepting this proposal. I'm not accepting Iran's proposal because apparently, according to him, the US had already won, so he wants a bigger victory. He said that Iran wanted to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied.
Iran wants to make a deal because they have no military left, essentially, and they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it.
So this shows that the war is definitely not over. Trump just rejected Iran's peace proposal, right? So what, like, did he lie to Congress about the war being over? I don't know. But also, that's not all the drama we have in the US, because there's also more drama between Trump and Germany. Because a few days ago, Germany's Chancellor Merz said publicly that Iran is humiliating the US because of all the negotiations that are happening and how the US is handling stuff. So once Germany's chancellor said that, Trump got really mad. And he said that Merz does not know what he's talking about, and he threatened to remove American troops who are in Germany from Germany. And today, actually, Pete Hegseth made it official because he said that 5,000 American troops who are in Germany are going to be leaving, and it's going to take between 6 and 12 months. It might seem little, right? Because it's only 5,000 troops, plus Germany has like 35,000 American troops there, so 5,000 is not a huge number, right? But it also shows something bigger. It shows that the relationship between Trump and Germany and the NATO countries is not doing well. Because America started putting troops in Germany after World War II for two reasons: to keep Europe safe and also to stop Germany from starting any other wars, right? But then NATO happened, and obviously, as you know, in NATO, they have an agreement that says if one country gets attacked, all the countries in NATO are going to work together to attack that country. And that's why the US had troops in Germany, just in case Germany gets attacked. But now, Trump, because he got annoyed from that one comment, was like, you know what? I'm not keeping American troops in Germany anymore. Why should we have troops in Germany? Especially that the NATO countries did not help me during the war with Iran. Which, by the way, again, NATO said if one country gets attacked, they will help. But the US is the one that attacked, so there is no reason for NATO to help, right? So it's a little complicated now. And this shows that the relationship between Trump and NATO countries is getting really bad. So we're going to see what's going to happen there as well. And for the next story, let's actually go to the UAE because, as you know, right now we have a ceasefire between the US and Iran, right? But the UAE is still scared because they actually put a travel ban on their citizens. Yeah, they told their citizens, you're banned from going to Lebanon, Iran, and Iraq. Iran is obvious because obviously it's the main side of the war, and Iran also has been attacking the UAE a lot, so they're worried about their citizens being there. Lebanon also makes sense because Lebanon has been getting struck a lot by Israel, so they're worried about their citizens being there. But Iraq is not involved in the war at all, but unfortunately, they technically are. First of all, geography, like they're in an area that might become an area of a war in case the war gets worse. Plus, Iraq has armed groups who are a little close to Iran, so if those groups join the war, then Iraq will be the battlefield of the war. So the UAE was like, you know what? We're gonna ban our citizens from going there, and if we have any citizens who already are in those countries, please come back. So I don't know if the UAE knows something that we don't know. I really hope that they're just being cautious and telling their citizens not to go there. And I hope that they don't know something secretive. They don't know that something might happen there. I really hope so. Anyway, for the next story, it's actually a pretty cool one because let's go to China. Because China made it so that AI cannot replace your job. Yeah, sounds pretty amazing, right? AI will not replace your job in China. I'll tell you the story and I'll tell you what happened because it's pretty interesting. Because in China, there was a guy named Zhao, and Zhao worked as a quality assurance supervisor. Basically, his job was to make AI smarter, okay? Anyway, he did his job, and 2 years later, the AI was smart. It was smart enough to take Zhao's job. Yeah, so the company was like, you know what, Zhao? I don't think we need you anymore. And Zhao obviously got mad, so the company was like, okay, we'll keep you, but you'll get a 40% pay cut. So obviously Zhao got mad and he was like, no way, I'm gonna be taking this offer. So the company fired him because they had an AI that could just do his job, right? Anyway, Zhao didn't stop there because he sued that company. And a court with China actually agreed with Zhao. They actually said that AI is not a valid excuse to fire someone, and that if a company fails to prove a reason why someone should be fired, they cannot just fire him because they have AI. So basically, that made China a country that has it illegal to replace people with AI. And I love this. And I really hope that this is not just a one case situation. I really hope that companies don't find a loophole there because we don't want AI replacing people, right? And I really hope that this law becomes an actual law in all the countries, that AI cannot replace people in jobs. You cannot just be firing people because of AI. And we've been seeing that. We've seen a lot of companies in the past few years fire thousands of people because of AI. Like Meta. Meta just did it. You know, the one that has Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. They fired like 8,000 employees because they're renovating or changing. Even Mark Zuckerberg said that 2026 will be the year that AI changes how Meta works. So yeah, I really hope that companies actually learn from that and start to not replace people with AI. Because like, what's gonna happen in the future? Everyone is gonna lose their jobs to AI, then what will people do? So honestly, I respect China for that. And for the last story of today, we have something that's pretty weird that happened in Australia, because there's a mother that faked her son's cancer so that she would get money to live her luxury lifestyle. Yeah, it's a weird story, let me tell you it. So, a 45-year-old mother went to her husband, her friends, her family, everyone, and told them that their 6-year-old son has eye cancer. Obviously messed up, right? But the first thought that came to my mind, and it probably came to yours as well, was, well, obviously the husband would know, right? The husband would know if his son had cancer. But no, because apparently the mother did some messed up stuff to prove that, or to show that the kid had cancer. Because she first of all shaved her son's head and eyebrows, and then she put bandages on his head and hands, and then she forced him onto a wheelchair, which is messed up. And then she obviously stopped him from living a normal life as a child, like a 6-year-old just on a wheelchair, even though that 6-year-old is healthy. Now that kid is on a wheelchair, not knowing why. Plus, that's the messed up part, she gave him pain medication and health supplements. Like, the kid was healthy, he was fine, but she did all that so that people would believe that the kid has cancer. But why? Well, she asked for donations, and when her family and friends and other people saw that her kid had cancer, they donated. And apparently she got thousands of dollars because of this fake story. And instead of spending it on her kids, who she messed up by doing all that stuff, no, she spent it on a luxury lifestyle for herself. Yeah, messed up. But obviously, because it was a fake story, people started realizing that it was a lie. They were like, okay, that kid does not act like someone who has cancer, because obviously that kid is healthy. He's just in a wheelchair with bandages on, right? So people realized that it was a fake story, and then it was revealed that it was a lie. So gladly, because she's messed up, she got arrested, and now she's being charged for one count of doing harm to her son, and 10 counts of deception, which is basically lying to get money. But also, the police actually suspected the husband as well, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, how did the husband not know? I don't know. And the police asked the same question. They were like, how did the husband not know? Was the husband like an accomplice of the wife? Like, did he also make up this fake story? But no, the police realized that the husband knew nothing. It was all the doing of the mother, and they let him go free, okay? So now, this mother is going to jail, actually going to prison, for 4 years and 3 months. I don't know if it's a fair punishment because she messed up her son's life, but also I don't know what's a fair punishment to this because this is messed up. Like, that's his mother. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. And again, if there are any stories that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow.